And also they live a hypocritical life. This is very important, especially when men think, well, I'm just going to, I'm going to meet somebody at church. Okay. So let's say you meet somebody at church, you meet somebody in your study group, and we're talking about how to be a godly woman, how to live a biblical life. Okay? Well, then that night, she's like, man, that was great. So you want to meet for drinks or what? You go to the bar? Hey, these are giant red flags waving. Men are weak to what, you guys? Attractive women, especially younger ones, weak to attractive women. Women use their sexuality, women use that hole between their legs as a method of control and coercion for men. That's what they do. So we really do need to embrace our younger men, right? And it's going to be hard to do, but lead them down a path that doesn't, not the path of degradation. But watch the women who live a hypocritical life. If their lives don't match what they say, you walk away. Let's talk about the concept of emasculation. I can't think of a single contested divorce I've had where there wasn't severe emasculation of the husband as a man. Okay? What is emasculation? Making a man feel less male by taking away his power and his confidence. This is so rampant, and it's so pervasive, and it's really part of the feminist movement. But first of all, nothing he does is good enough. Nothing will be good enough. Nothing at all. So had a case where a woman wanted to move, and she's like, well, the guy was in construction, and she said, you can nail two pieces of wood together anywhere. I'm the one with the education. Oh. Education, which to me means nothing, by the way. If you're a piece of shit human being, and education means nothing. You can nail two pieces of wood together anywhere. Now, what does that do to him as a man, as a construction worker? Construction is hard work, by the way. Now, my husband could build anything. My husband didn't go to college. My husband graduated high school, went into the fire department, worked all his way up. He's retired now. But he can walk in this room, no formal education. He can walk in this room and he can tell you the exact square footage of this room. He can build whatever you tell him to build. He can fix whatever I need fixed. He can do this stuff. I'm blessed to have that. I love that. Right? So, but minimizing, you can nail two pieces of wood together anywhere. That's emasculating. That's telling him this job is really unimportant. It's a mediocre job. Okay? With money. We've seen this more as women start to make more money, especially if women make more money than their husbands. I can't tell you how many men I've spoken to say, well, everything was fine until she started making money. It's like, and they'll even say, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you. I make my own money. I don't need you. Question their competence as a husband and as a father. And society really reinforces this, by the way. We know that. Look at these commercials. You see commercials where dads are fumbling and bumbling trying to get laundry done because mom's away trying to cook dinner. It's burned. Dads are just bumbling idiots. So society reinforces that. Like, hey, can you babysit tonight? I want to go and do something. Babysit? Me? Well, can you bring your mom over? I listen to these sitcoms sometimes. They're just absurd and they're ridiculous and everybody's laughing at it. It's not funny. But then their competence as a husband. When you have arguments with your significant other, you have disagreements with your significant other, there's no listening that goes on. All there is hearing so you can react, hearing so you can refute. You should be listening so you can respond. So you talk about competence as a husband, all right? Everybody knows marriages are sort of up and down, right? Especially when you've got kids. My house right now, we're sort of two ships passing in the night because my daughter's got cheerleading, my little boy's got taekwondo, but then he's an all-stars baseball. So our conversations are about the kids or what we did at work. I mean, everything that Jessica didn't like, that's what or Stephanie rather. That's what our conversations are about, because guess what? That's life, right? But as soon as I start blaming my husband for things that I don't really like at the house or I don't feel needs that are being met, I'm emasculating him. You're putting him in a lose-lose situation. Emasculation of men is a huge, huge problem. So let's look at some of the red flags. I've had a rash of women who are making decisions with their parents versus with their husbands. I mean, a rash. Ladies, if you're married, you are married. You make decisions with your husband. You can seek outside counsel. You can ask your parents. But to take an adverse position to your husband with your parents in tow, first of all, parents, what the hell are you doing? You should give some advice and say, but listen, babe, this is between you and your husband. I'm not going to be there when you have the conversation with him. You are married. Parents, get out of their lives. I can't. There is a man, an older man, and I got up his ass. When he gets into an argument, calls his mom. Here, mom wants to talk to you. Know what the wife did? Took the cell phone, shut it. Did you just call your mom? Men, look, you probably deserve to be emasculated if you're calling your mom and you're having arguments with your wife, okay? You're doing it to yourself at that point. But that's a huge red flag. If you're dating someone or if you're in a relationship with someone, this is before getting married, if they can't make decisions without their parents, it's a big red flag.